What's going on, YouTube? So, I bought the Airpods Max about 14 months ago in 2024 September. I've been using them for the last 14 months. I want to talk to you about the biggest issues with the Airpods Max. Now, I've already made a video regarding the Airpods Max, and if you want to watch that detailed video, you can check out my channel. But this is just regarding the issues, the two biggest issues with the Airpods Max. Right. So, in no particular order, one of the issues, or the biggest issue with the Airpods Max is that it doesn't have a power button. So, it actually drains a lot compared to regular headphones because it just goes into a low power mode when you put it in this case, and the rest of the time it's just draining battery. The lack of a power button is a big issue with the Airpods Max, and I hope Apple does fix this when the next iteration of the Airpods Max comes out. So yeah, I use the Airpods Max about an hour every day to listen to music with, and an hour's worth of usage every day. And once I charge these headphones to 100%, I get 6 days of battery life with 1 hour of usage daily. So most of the time it's in the case and it's draining battery. And I turn off the Bluetooth on my phone as well so that it doesn't connect to Bluetooth or whatever. But an hour a day and 6 days, I gotta keep charging that. That is a big drawback with the Airpods Max. Comparatively speaking, my Sony XM4s that I have, a full charge, I get 3 weeks of battery life for comparative purposes for the same usage. So yeah, the biggest drawback is that the more you charge the Airpods Max, the less the battery life is going to be. So I mean, you can't replace a battery with these things. I think you just got to chuck them if the battery dies or it stops charging. So lack of a power button, that's a big drawback. Apple could have easily fixed this by making that crown control right there a multi-purpose functional button. They could have easily incorporated a off switch with that same crown control. Maybe a long press would have enabled the headphones to get turned off or something. That would have been really helpful. So yeah, big drawback with the battery life. Now, the second issue with the Airpods Max, let me tell you, it's got great sound quality. Soundstage is brilliant. The mid-range, the treble, sound separation, it's just awesome. But the bass on these headphones, it sucks. Now, when I talk about bass, if I take these headphones out of the box and listen to them, or even with the tweaks on the iPhone with the preset, with a garbage preset equalizer that we have on the iPhone, and also the few other tweaks that we have on the iPhone for the Airpods Max, I would say that the sound quality in terms of bass response for these headphones is pretty low. The bass, I would rate it as like a 4 out of 10 because the bass is simply not there. Now, there is a dramatic difference in how much bass is produced with these headphones if you use them with a proper equalizer. Now, headphones like Sennheiser, Sony, Focal, what else do we have? Bose. They all have a dedicated app where you can actually make changes with the equalizer settings. You can manually change your equalizer settings, bass, treble, mid-range, whatever you want. But these headphones totally lack that standalone app. So you can't make any manual changes to the equalizer settings. Yeah, there are a few preset settings which you can change on the iPhone, but that's just garbage. Just a nominal increase in the bass response with that. But if you want a dramatic increase in the bass response, you can't get it unless you go and get a third-party equalizer app. and install it on your phone. Maybe it's an Android phone or maybe it's a iPhone. You got to install that third-party equalizer app and then use the bass boost functionality and also manually change all the EQ settings and set it up. So I have this EQ on my phone which has a 10-band equalizer. It also has like a bass boost functionality. Once I use that, the bass quality goes up from a dismal 4 out of 10 to 8 to 9 out of 10. So there's a night and day difference. I don't know why Apple did this with these headphones, but yeah, you need a standalone app in order to use these headphones. And the big problem is when you have these headphones with a standalone app, the equalizer settings don't get saved in the headphone. So once you leave that app or once you connect these to your PC or connect them to your smart TV or iPad or any other source, the thing goes back to the default EQ setting with the Airpods Max, and they sound like garbage once again. So yeah, the app, you need an app to run these headphones, and that's the reason why I use these headphones primarily for, not primarily, but only to listen to music on my iPhone by using the third-party equalizer app. Can't watch movies with these because the bass response is not good because the app does not work with movies. It works only with the third-party app. Works only with music and not movies. So I can't use these with my TV because the bass response is back to the default generic bass response, and it's not good, of course. So yeah, the lack of a separate app for configuring the sound quality the way audiophiles want the sound quality to be. So all headphones have that, but this, it does not have any separate app. Can't make any changes, manual changes to the EQ the way you need to change them. And the preset EQ and the preset functionality is just garbage. So yeah, these are great headphones to listen to music with. Bass quality is amazing once you use a EQ. Try using these headphones with an EQ and listen to music. You're just going to be pleasantly surprised. It's just amazing. So I think these are the biggest drawbacks of these headphones. In case you're planning on purchasing these headphones for Christmas or the New Year or any other holidays that are coming up, please consider these two big drawbacks of these headphones and make a wise decision. But other than that, the build quality, everything, it's great. I love these headphones. They're amazing headphones. Thanks to the app that I use, the EQ app, they sound amazing. And I don't regret buying them, but I wish, the battery life was good, like my Sony XM4s. I wish it had a on-off button enabling me to turn it off completely. I wish it had that app functionality wherein I can manually configure the EQ settings and the EQ gets stored automatically in the headphones. But unfortunately, these are two big drawbacks. And would I buy them again? I don't know. Probably not. Not because not with these two big blunders that Apple made with these headphones. But yeah. But I'm actually happy about them. At least I got to experience them, and I'm gonna use them until they die. Once they're dead, I'm gonna chuck them and buy a different brand. But yeah, they're good headphones. If you want to buy them, please consider the drawbacks and then make a wise decision. Thank you for watching.